I always like when new things are found, right?
It's
kind
fun.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah,
that
especially
I
when
do,
they're
we
big,
do.
bigger than an insect.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Kyle, pull up a picture of a leaf-tailed gecko, would you? Take a look at this critter right here. Tell me what you think of this. Let's see if you can even spot it. I know Patrick knows what it is because we've seen them together in Madagascar. Go to the third picture over there, Kyle. Third one over. Look at that, Peter. There's an animal in there.
Yeah, the only reason I can spot this is because we've talked about this before.
Many times.
But
yeah.
the first time I could not see the leaf-tailed gecko at all. I didn't know it was there.
Well, here's the thing. There's a new species of leaf-tail. I mean, there's always new species being discovered in Madagascar, especially when it comes to geckos, chameleons, whatnots. New species, Europlatus garamassos was discovered.
Nailed it.
Yep. Garamasso? How would you say it? I don't know. A new leaf-tailed gecko species, only just confirmed because it looked very similar. It was discovered in the early 2000s.
Sure.
Of course, it looked like everything else, but they did the genetics on it. Sure enough, new species.
All right, so how exciting is that?
To me, it's like a 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. But
What about,
I'm also a 2 out of 10 handsome on the pod, so that's my
true.
number today. No, here's what it is, right? It had some distinguishing traits, including a different tongue color. And that's what scientists do now. They go, ooh, look at this. There's one thing slightly different.
Sure.
And then they look for any which way to diverge that as its own species so they can publish something and be credited with finding a new species, which in this case they did, and it was successful. And it's fair. It's a fair justification.
Yeah.
I just don't know that it really matters that much.
So what is the excitement in being able, okay, so it's such like a small variation. Does the excitement come for the people who are finding these animals in the fact that they get to publish this paper?
No, nobody's excited. Not even the person who... And that's the thing. If this person ever hears the podcast, they're going to hate me for this, but they're not excited by it. They just need to... This is the model that I always talk about that's broken. They need to do this and need to publish this as a finding so that they can get more funding to continue their work.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it doesn't... I shouldn't say they're not excited. I mean, some people are excited. You're confusing, one Europlatus with another Europlatus because the two tongues are different color and they live in the same blah, blah, blah. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's like, it's all cool. They're all cool leaf-tailed geckos. It's cool to figure out the speciation. It is important for genetic diversity and understanding it. But at the end of the day, you're sort of just describing it in order to get your funding, continue your work.
Well, also, you're in Madagascar. You're trudging through the woods, the forest, the whatever you call it.
Yep.
You're studying stuff. Some people are doing this for months at a time.
Many months, yeah.
And they're probably doing some sort of survey, some sort of reptile survey.
Yep.
And they see something and they're like, oh, cool, a leaf-tailed gecko. Those are cool. They're hard to see.
Yep.
They're hard to find. Can you see it? Can you see it, DeLuca? No, I can't. Where is it? There it is. Ha, 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 cool. Whoa, its tongue's weird.
Yeah, that's
right?
pretty much how that
goes. So it probably is
the
really
most exciting thing when you're out there for 5 months.
Yeah.
You're like, why is its tongue neon blue?
It's pretty cool. I like it. It's important to have a bank and an understanding of all the genetic diversity. I just don't know that regardless of who the herpetologist was that studied and published this, if he was like, oh my God, it's got a blue tongue. It's got to be different. You know what I mean?
Now, let me
probably a little more chill.
Play a little devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Because when we were in Han Son Dong in Vietnam, and you found that snail and you took out your field guide to Vietnamese snails, and you were like, this is an undescribed snail. You were pretty damn excited.
That's cooler. It's like a whole undescribed one, not one with a different colored tongue.
We don't know the difference between the tongue was undescribed.
You know what? Maybe I'm just jealous, okay? Maybe I'm just jealous of the guy with the cool gecko tongue.